Samanov argues that a woman is highly disobedient, disloyal, and unfaithful. Mrs. Popov, hearing this, asks him, "Allow me to ask, who is true and faithful love? Are you saying that the man is faithful, the woman is unfaithful, and the man is obedient, man is loyal?" Smirnov, yes, indeed, the man is loyal, the man is obedient, the man is faithful. Mrs. Popov cannot accept it. She expresses her surprise, saying, "The man," she laughs ironically, sarcastically, because she cannot accept what Smirnov is saying. The man, true and faithful love, what a joke it is. From my experience, let me clearly tell you that a man cannot be true and faithful in love. Well, there is something new. I have never heard of this. Bitterly, angrily, how can you make such a statement? Men are true, men are loyal, men are faithful. So long as we have gone this far, I may as well say that all of the men I have known, my husband was the best. I loved him very strongly. I loved him very much. I loved him passionately with all my soul, as only a young, sensible woman may love. I gave him my youth, I gave him my happiness, I gave him my fortune, I gave him my life, and I gave him everything. I worshipped him like a heathen. Heathen is a man who practices pre Christian religion. Here it is used in the sense of uncivilized person. I worshipped him as a heathen would do. A heathen used to worship every object of nature. A heathen used to worship each and everything blindly in the same way. I worshipped my husband so much because I loved him. And what happened? The best of men betrayed me in every possible way. Let me tell you from my experience, Mrs. Manoff, I have known so many men, and out of the men whom I have seen in my life, my husband was the best. I loved him very strongly, passionately, with all my soul, and I gave him everything: my youth, my happiness, my fortune, my life, and everything was given to him. I worshipped him blindly like a heathen. And what happened? The best of man, who's the best of men? My husband, this best of man betrayed me, cheated me in every possible way. After his death, I found his desk filled with love letters. After he died, I found so many love letters written to him by his girlfriends. While he was alive, he left me alone for months. It is horrible even to think about it. He made love to other women in my very presence. My husband was the best man whom I ever came across. But still, that man cheated me. How did he cheat me? He had many, many girlfriends when he was alive, and after his death, I found his desk filled with love letters. And when he was alive, he left me alone for so many months, and I can't even think about those days. It is horrible. And he made love to other women in my very presence, so he cheated me very badly. He wasted my money, made fun of my feelings, and in spite of everything, I trusted him and I remained true to him. I remained loyal to him, faithful to him. He cheated me. I knew that he was the worst person, but still, I loved him. I remained true to him, loyal to him. And more than that, he's dead today, and I'm still true to him. So look at my greatness. Even after he died, I continued to be true to him, continued to be obedient to him, loyal to him. I have buried myself, I have hidden myself within the four walls of this house, and I shall wear this mourning till my grave. So he says, she tells him she has buried himself within the four walls of the house, and she will continue to wear this mourning till she goes to her grave, till she dies. So Mrs. Popov is trying to say that it is a woman who is faithful, not the man. Samanov doesn't accept it. He laughs disrespectfully, insulting Mrs. Popov, and tells her, "Morning, you are in mourning. What on earth do you take me for? As if I didn't know why you wore this black domino mask, half mask, veil, and why you buried yourself within these four walls. Such a secret, so romantic. Some night will pass a castle, gaze up at the windows, and think to himself, here dwells a mysterious Tamara who, for love of her husband, has buried herself within four walls. Oh, I understand the art. Her husband died 7 months ago. She continues to be in mourning, and Smirnov says that there is a strategy, this is a nice tactic. What is that? What on earth do you take me for? As if I didn't know why you wore this black dress and why you buried yourself within these four walls. What on earth do you take me for, Mrs. Popov? Do you consider me as an idiot? Do you consider me as a fool? Do you think I don't understand? I can't see through the things? As if I didn't know why you wore this black dress and why you buried yourself within these four walls. I know very well why you continue to wear this black domino even though your husband died 7 months ago, and you have buried yourself within the walls of the house because such a secret, so romantic. Some night, a warrior will pass by the castle, by your castle, your palace, your house, gaze up at the window, look up at the window, and think to himself, "Oh, in this house here dwells a mysterious Tamara, a legendary woman who, for love of her husband, has buried herself within the four walls." I understand the art. This is your strategy. What is your strategy? You want everyone else to say, you want the knight or a warrior or anybody who is highly great to say that in this house there is a woman, a legendary woman who buried herself within four walls out of love of her husband. I know you're pretending to be in love with your husband. I know you don't love your husband. You don't really feel sad because your husband is dead. You're just pretending, you're just acting. You want the sympathy, you want the praise of, you want to be praised by others. You want others to say that you're very great. Mrs. Popov, springing up, she gets up. What? What do you mean by saying such things to me? Smurder, you buried yourself alive, but meanwhile you haven't forgotten to powder your nose. Now Smirnov tells Mrs. Popov, look, if you're really mourning, if you're really in sorrow over the death of your husband, you would not have done so much of makeup. See, you have buried yourself within these walls, but you have not forgotten to beautify your face. You have powdered your nose. You haven't forgotten to powder your nose. You have used a lot of makeup to make yourself pretty. If you have buried yourself alive in this house, why should you do that? So that shows that you are not really missing your husband. You are not really mourning. You are pretending to be mourning. Mrs. Popov, how dare you speak so? She gets angry. Smirnov, don't shout at me, scream at me. Please, I'm not the manager to be shouted at in this way. I'm not your manager. Allow me to call things by the real names, right names. Allow me to call a spade a spade. Don't scream at me. I'm not your manager. I'm not your servant to be shouted at like this. Allow me to call things by their right names. If I don't like something, I will say that frankly. If I see a spade, I'll call it a spade. That means I won't mince words. I will speak the truth. I'm not a woman to tell a lie, and I'm accustomed to speak out what I think. I don't beat around the bush. I don't use sugar coated words. I will tell the truth on your face. Please don't scream. I'm telling the truth. Popov, I'm not screaming. You are screaming. Please leave me. I beg you. I request you to leave me alone. Please go out. Smano, I'll go, but pay me my money and I'll leave. I won't give you the money. You won't? You won't give me the money? I don't care what you do. You won't get even one paise from me. Leave me. I can't. I won't give you anything. I won't give you one paise. Just get lost. As I haven't had the pleasure of being either your husband or your lover, please don't make a scene. He sits down. I can't stand it. I can't bear with this. I can't tolerate this. I can't put up with this. Samanov tells her, I haven't had the pleasure of being either your husband. I am neither your husband nor your boyfriend nor your lover, fiancé. Please don't make a scene. So you can make a scene when your husband is around, when your lover is around. I am neither of them. So please don't create a scene here. Saying this, he sits down. I can't stand it. I can't put up with your dirty behavior, attitude. Popov, breathing hard. You're going to sit down in my house? Yes, I have sat. I have already. Kindly leave the house. Get lost. Get up and go. Give me the money. I don't care to speak with impudent men. Now Mrs. Popov says, I don't care to speak with men who are rash, men who are rude, impertinent, and impudent. Leave. The rest of, you're not going? No, 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 I'm not going. Popov, very well. She rings a bell, then servant enters. Popov, Luka, she's asking her servant to take the gentleman out. Show the gentleman out. Luka going to Samanov. So why don't you leave? Why don't you leave when you're ordered? What do you want? What do you want? Please, please, my landlady is asking you to leave the house. Why don't you leave when you're ordered by the landlady? What do you want? Samanov jumping up. Whom do you think you're talking to? Whom are you talking to? I'll grind you to powder. I'll crush you to pieces. I'll kill you on the spot. Pay some respect. Luka puts his hand to his heart. He is helpless. Good Lord. He drops into a chair. Oh, I can't breathe. I'm ill. Popo. Where is Dasha? Mrs. Popov calls her servant maid. Where is Dasha? Calling Dasha. Pelagja, Dasha. So these are her maids. She calls them one after another. She rings. Luka say, ma'am, they're all gone. I'm ill. Oh, give me water. Those maids are gone. They have gone home. They are not at home. Luka says, oh, they're all gone. I'm ill. Please, please give me some water. So when Smirnov shouted at him, called him names, he collapsed, he fainted. Now he's saying, oh, give me water. I'm feeling ill. Popo. Leave, get out. Mrs. Popo shouts at Smirnov. Smirnov, kindly be a little more polite. Talk to me politely. Mrs. Popo, striking her fist and stamping her feet. You're vulgar. You are uncivilized. You are boo, uncivilized, uncultured. You're a beast. You're a monster. You are dirty. You're uncultured, uncivilized, and you're a beast. Smano, what did you say? I said you were a boo. Now Mrs. Popov is saying so much of courage to tell him that he's a boor, he's a monster. Smirnov steps towards her. Quickly, permit me to ask what right have you to insult me? Smirnov goes close to the lady and asks her what right she has got to call me a boor or a monster or say that he's vulgar. Mrs. Popov, so what? Do you think I'm afraid of you? I'm not afraid of you. This is my house and you are come to my house and you're causing trouble to me. Smirnov, you think that because you are a romantic creature you can't insult me without being punished? Smirnov is asking Popov, do you think you are a romantic creature, you are a woman, and being a woman, you can insult me without being punished? I will challenge you. I won't, I'll get you caught. I'll punish you. Luka still asking for what? Oh God, merciful heaven, give me water. Smirnov, we'll have a duel. Smirnov tells Mrs. Okay, we'll have a fight. Duel is fight. Popov, do you think because you have got big fist and a steer's neck, I'm afraid of you? Mrs. Popov is challenging Smirnov. She's asking him, do you think because you have got big fist, big hand, and a steer's neck, steer an ox that is castrated, steer's neck, I'm afraid of you? Do you think that? Do you think I'm frightened of you by looking at your physique? Smirnov, I allow no one to insult me. I make no exception because you are a woman, one of the weaker sex. Nasmano says, oh lady, be careful, mind your words, don't insult me. I make no exception because you are a woman. If I get angry, I'll kill you, I'll attack you. I won't let you go just because you are a woman or one of the weaker sex. Popov, trying to cry him down, Boor, you are a boor. She goes on shouting. Smirnov, it is high time to do away with this old superstition that it is only the man who is forced to give satisfaction. If there is equity, equality, fairness at all, let there be equity in all things. There is a limit. As Mano says, it is high time to do away. It is late to do away, stop the old belief, superstition that a man is compelled to give satisfaction to others. If there is equity, equality, fairness at all, let there be equality in everything. There is a limit. Popo, do you want to fight? You want to fight a duel with me? Very well. Okay. Immediately, she says, is you are my equal. I should consider you as my equal. Okay, we'll fight immediately. Mrs. Pope, immediately, my husband had pistols. I'll bring them. She hurries away, then turns, oh, what a pleasure it will be to put a bullet in your impudent, dirty head. The devil take you. So Mrs. Popo says, my husband had pistols, it is still there. I'll bring them. And she says, oh, what a great thing it would be to put a bullet through your stupid, dirty head. May the devil take you. She goes out. Smirnov, I'll shoot her down. I'm not a child. I'm not a fledgling. Fledgling here an offspring of a bird. I'm not a small bird. No sentimental young puppy. For me, there is no weaker sex. I'll treat her just as an enemy, any other enemy. Look, oh sir, falls to his knees. Have mercy on me, an old man. Go away, please, please go away. You have frightened me to death already, and now you want to fight a duel. Luka is still frightened, still scared, because she has gone to Mrs. Popo, has gone inside to get the pistols. Luka is begging him, touching his feet, and telling him, oh, please have mercy on me, old man, please. An old man, I'm an old man, please go away. You have frightened me to death already. Now you want to fight a duel with my landlady. Smirnov, being but he doesn't care for what he say. A duel is, there is equity, emancipation. A duel with a woman, I don't consider her as a woman. I treat her as a normal enemy. A duel, there is equity, so there is equality, there is a freedom, emancipation. That way the sexes are made equal. So there is no difference when it comes to fighting duel. There is no difference between a man and a woman. Both are equal. I'll shoot her down as a matter of principle. What can a person say to such a woman? He imitates her. The devil take you. I'll put a bullet in your impudent head. What can one say to that? She was angry, her eyes shone, blazed, and she accepted the challenge. On my honor, it is the first time in my life I ever saw such a woman. So he's telling himself, look, what can one say to that? She's insulting me. She wants to put a bullet through my head. She was angry. Her eyes shone. She accepted the challenge for a fight. Oh, on my honor, it is the first time in my life I ever saw such a woman who is willing to take on me, take on a man. Luka, oh sir, please go away, go away. Samanov, that's a woman, I can understand her. A real woman, no shelling, no indecision, but fire, powder, and noise. It would be such a pity to shoot a woman like that. Nasmanov is still talking to himself and he says, that's a woman I can understand. A real woman, no shilly-shallying, no indecision, but she is full of fire, powder, and noise. But then it would be a pity to shoot a woman like that because she looks very pretty. Luka is weeping. Oh, sir, please go away. He's feeling helpless. By then, Mrs. Popov enters. Popov, here are the pistols. But before we have a fight, please show me how to shoot. I have never had a pistol in my hand before. So Mrs. Popov, quite interestingly, hands over the pistols to Smirnov and she's asking him to teach her how to shoot, saying that she has never had a pistol in her life before. This is the first time she is having a pistol in her hand. Look, God be kind, have pity upon us. God be merciful, have pity upon us. I'll go and get the gardener and the coachman. Why has this horror come to us? Luka says, oh God, please, please save us, have pity upon us. And I'll go and get the gardener, coachman. Why has this horror come to us? There is going to be a fight between my landlady and the stranger. He goes out, Smano, looking at the pistols. You see, there are different kinds. There are special fighting pistols, dueling pistols, the cap and ball, but these are revolvers. The company manufactured by Smith and Wesson. It has got ejectors, fine pistols, ejectors, the mechanism that after firing, the gun throws out the empty cartridge or shell. So a firearm or a gun has a mechanism in which the gun throws out the empty cartridges or shell after the use, after firing. So it's a fine, these are fine pistols. A pair like that costs at least 90 rubles. I know a pair would cost 90 rubles at least. That's a way to hold a revolver. So she's teaching him, she's telling him how to hold a revolver. Aside, those eyes, a real woman. But when he looks into her eyes, he feels bad. Oh, he loses his strength, courage, because he gets attracted to her eyes, beautiful eyes. Popo, like this? Oh, yeah, that way. Then you will pull the hammer back. So he is teaching her how to pull the trigger back. So then you aim and put your head back a little. Just stretch your arm out, please. Then press a finger on the thing like that trigger. That's all. The chief thing is this: don't get excited. Don't hurry your aim. Take care that your hand doesn't trample. So he's teaching her how exactly she should shoot. Mrs. Popov, isn't well to shoot inside? Let us go into the garden. Mrs. Popov says, I don't think it is nice to shoot inside the house. Let's go into the garden now. Yes, I'll tell you now. I'm going to shoot into the air. Popov, that is too much. Why? Don't waste your bullets because that is my business. Smaller says, I'm going to shoot in the air. That's my business. Popov, He's making fun of Samanov. Oh, you want to shoot in the air because you are afraid. Aha. No, no, my dear, no flinching here, showing fear. Please follow me. I won't rest until I have made a hole in that head I hate so much. Are you afraid, Mr. Smanov? I cannot keep quiet. I won't rest until I make a hole in your head which I hate. So I hate your head so much. So I want to make a hole. I want to put a bullet through your head. Are you afraid of me? Yes, I am afraid. Papa, you are lying. Why won't you fight? Then Smanu says, I don't feel like fighting with you because I like you very much. Mrs. Popov hearing this gets angry. She laughs angrily. You like me? He dares to say he likes me. She points at door. Go, get lost. Don't say you like me. Smirnov, laying the revolver silently on the table, takes his hat and starts. At the door, he stops a moment, looks at her silently, then he approaches her, unwillingly hesitating, and tells her, Listen, are you still angry with me? I was mad as a devil, but please understand me. How can I tell you? How can I express myself? The thing is, like this, such things are, he doesn't know what to say. He fumbles. He raises his voice and say, Now, is it my fault that you owe me money? Grabs the back of the chair, which breaks. He grabs the chair and the chair breaks. The devil know what breakable furniture you have. He's telling her, whenever I lay my hands on a chair, that chair gets broken. What kind of chairs, what kind of furniture you have in your house? I like you. Do you understand? I'm almost in love with you. So instead of shooting her dead, Smirnov falls in love with her and he tells her that when I look at your face, when I look into your eyes, I don't feel like fighting with you, shooting you. I love you so much. Popov, leave. I hate you. Don't say you love me. Smirnov, oh God, what a woman. I never in my life met one like her. I'm lost, I'm gone, I'm ruined. I've been caught like a mouse in a trap. I don't know. I want to fight with her, but when I look at her face, when I look into her eyes, I don't feel like doing it. So I'm caught in a trap just like a mouse. Popov, go or I'll shoot. If you don't vacate the house, if you don't go away, I'll shoot. Smano, shoot? You have no idea what happiness it would be to die in sight of those beautiful eyes, to die from the revolver in this little velvet soft hand. A man, consider it and decide immediately. For if I go now, we shall never see each other again. Decide, speak. I am a noble from a good family, a respectable man, have an income of 10,000, can shoot a coin thrown into the air. I own some fine horses. Will you be my wife? So the man who was about to fight with her falls in love with this lady and tells her, You want to shoot? You want to shoot me? Come on, you don't know the meaning of happiness. You have no idea what happiness is. It would be to die. It would be to die in sight of those beautiful eyes, Mrs. Popov. If you shoot me, I'll be very, very happy to die looking into your beautiful eyes. To die from the revolver in this little velvet hand. I'll be very, very happy to die from the revolver in this little velvet soft hand. That's your hand, the lady's hand. I'm mad. Consider it and decide immediately. For if I go now, we shall never see each other again. Decide, speak. See, please decide. I'm a noble man. I belong to a noble family, a respectable man, dignified man. I have an income of 10,000. I can shoot a coin thrown into the air. I'm really rich and I'm really good. I own some fine horses. Will you be my wife? So he proposes to Mrs. Popov instead of shooting her.